say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof
And I just realized that I was muted for the first 17 laps of the race. So, yeah. Par for the course here, ladies and gentlemen. Tim, good to see you out there, bud. Appreciate it. A little bit of a practice run here for these guys, making sure the overlays are up and running. KR Stolfus going to be taking over the last 4 races of this league. It is the Coffee Cup Series. And right now, the 42 Todd Sargent looking to try and get to the inside once again to Bill Martin. Martin has been able to hold off every attack so far. Ooh, Sargent with a little bit of a wiggle there as he climbed down onto the apron. Going to climb back up as he gets ready to roll. Can't quite get around him again. Bill Martin holding on the outside. Take a look in on Al Smith Jr. Smith sitting in the 7th spot. He's up 1 spot from the beginning of this race, and his Captain Morgan, number 96. Brian Hoare in his 45. Sits in the 8th spot. He's just down 1 spot from the beginning of this one. How about Andrew Hill? He's down 3 spots, down to 9th. Him and Ryan Nolan started side by side in this race. Nolan sits in 5th spot, Hill in 9th. So Nolan has slipped down just a little. Hill has slipped down just a little bit. Jerry Stone in the 9-1, doing okay, sitting in the top 10, running that 10th spot. Very excited to be bringing the last 4 races here. I know KR Stolfus is going to be very happy to be bringing it on. It looks like I'm going to be joining him on the other side of the mic. Oh, the 98 hard into the wall. That's Chris Stump. Big time damage out of the 98. Stump goes around, and it looks like it may have started up with Brian Hoare in the 45. Oh, the 45 and the 7 both contact the wall. The 45 tries to save it, goes around, a little bit of damage to the rear end. Meanwhile, Chris Stump had a heck of a hit back there. He got a little help, it looks like, from the 57. That's Garrett. And Stump hard into the wall. Front nose clip is gone. Or is going to be able to make it back out there. But a little bit of damage. Garrett and Chris Stump both leaving the session, calling it a night. Both drivers going to be unable to continue on. Meanwhile, Todd Sargent up 2 spots to take control of this race. As he was able to get around your pole sitter here tonight, Bill Martin. So it's Sargent, Martin, and Hamill, your top 3. McIntyre, Ryan Nolan, Adam Jones, Al Smith Jr., Andrew Hill, and Matt McLean, along with Jerry Stone, rounding out your top 10. Already have 4 drivers not going to finish here tonight, and that is a shame. Well, what do you say we get a little chat in with somebody here? We're going to bring up... Who are we going to bring up? How about AJ Hamill? AJ Hamill, driver of the number 18. Chris, up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, no surprise, the beginning of this was kind of a train wreck. We got it all up and running finally on around lap 17. But you guys have been racing pretty hard out there on track. I wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of let everybody know what's going on for the rest of the season. We already talked about KR taking on the last 4 races here of your series, but yeah, the floor is yours, so to speak.
Oh, all right. Well, this will be fun to do while we're driving. What are we doing?
I don't know.
We're not even 2 laps to green. I got all the time in the world here.
Yep.
So this is the Coffee Cup Racing League.com Nitro Series, which features the ARCA cars on Wednesday nights. Registration is closed for the year, but we hope you watch us at least. And if you're interested, head to the Facebook page, /Coffee Cup Racing League. Follow us so you'll get news updates for next season. Quick plug while we're at it, we got a late model series on Monday nights starting up on July 27th, so follow the same Facebook page if you're interested. What are we talking about? The Nitro Series? Coffee Cup Racing League was meant to be not so serious, a little serious. We want to race serious. We don't want to wreck everybody. We want a place where you can come and race and guys aren't going to get upset at you because you're not going to be an ass. So the number one rule of Coffee Cup, there's no butt hurt in Coffee Cup. There's disappointment, sure, but we're not getting on the mic and yelling at guys when that happens. We've all been in leagues like that. It's not a lot of fun. So guys like that, either check it at the door or don't show up. And so far everybody's bought in and we've having a pretty good time out here. I had to catch a breath.
It's okay. You guys are just coming out of turn 4 down the straightaway, so you have a little bit more time. Pace car light's still on. Long pace yellow flags here at Kansas.
Yeah, we had a lap car there. So you didn't catch the beginning, just so I don't
well, we caught the video, but the audio not so much.
Yeah, I forgot to remind the guys the tires need to come up to speed, and I think it was a little bit slippery out there, but for the most part, everybody held on.
So you guys running fixed setups?
Yep, fixed setup, iRacing setup. Everywhere but the Bull Ring and probably North Wilkesboro later in the year, which, as you mentioned, KR is going to bring to us starting July 29th at Iowa for the stretch run. We got 5 more races after tonight.
And it looks like disappointment of all disappointments for you. I'm probably going to be in the booth with KR.
I thought you might be. I don't think that's disappointing.
Oh. All right, AJ. Well, hey, anybody on the 18 that you need to thank since we're talking to you already?
Sure, why not? I got my coffee themed sponsor. It's cool to see a bunch of those in the field. Got Super Coffee on the car. Arts Barbershop, as always. Orca Coolers, one of my favorite new sponsors. Forget those wild, what are they guys? I don't want to say their names. You know, those guys that live in the woods you never see.
Uh-huh.
Not those coolers. Orca Coolers. That's where we want.
Yes.
That's the new thing.
The one that starts with a Y and maybe up north a little bit further.
Yeah. Screw those guys.
Yeah.
Screw those guys. Orcas, you know me. I'm an Orca guy.
Yes, I do. All right, buddy. You guys are lining up 2 by 2. We're going to let you roll. And good luck the rest of the way, AJ.
All right, thanks.
AJ Hamill, driver of the number 18, getting ready to get set and go. He's going to be restarting in the 3rd spot. Todd Sargent going to be your race leader. He's the 42 to the inside. Bill Martin, who led most of the front portion of this race, going to be restarting to his outside. Then it is AJ Hamill, Jimmy McIntyre, Ryan Nolan, Adam Jones, Andrew Hill, Al Smith Jr., Matt McLean, Jerry Stone rounding out the top 10. Then it's AJ Fuso, Mike Holtzclaw, Stephen Page, Jonathan Casey, Brian Hoare, your top 15. Just outside of that, Andy Lambert going to be restarting 16th. Bruce Potter, Brett Bartles, Jamie Christensen, and Charlie Widner going to be rounding out the field. Here from Kansas, the pace car drops off. We get ready to go back under the green flag for just the 2nd time here tonight. Kansas, Kansas, Kansas. Green flag is out, and what a start for Sargent. Sargent trying to get himself up to speed so far, 165 miles an hour and climbing for the 42. Your race leader. He's jumping out to a bit of a lead, 0.4 of a second already over Bill Martin. And at the beginning of the race, Martin was able to do that same thing, and then Sargent was able to slowly close in. Look at the gaggle going on behind him, though. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, they're all together. Our man Al Smith Jr., part of the Turn 3 Racing Network family, gets into the wall, and he holds up. The 81 trying to stay off, gets into the wall as well. Al Smith trying to wait until it's safe to peel himself off the wall. He's finally able to do it, along with Jamie McIntyre Jr. And Jimmy taking a ride, trying to stay off the back bumper, does a fine job. Heartbreak Hotel for Al Smith Jr., who just touches the walls, and that scrubs the speed. If you pull it off the wall, there's a good chance you're going to wreck somebody, so he stayed in it. Oh, the 39 does the same thing. Bill Martin going backwards. Todd Sargent still your race leader, and now Ryan Nolan in the 87 looking at the back bumper of the 18. Ryan Nolan, took him a little while to get rolling here, but the 87 Nescafe machine starting to roll now. Gonna call it, Tim. You have a good night then, buddy. AJ Hamill sitting in that second spot. Sargent up front. Ryan Nolan, Adam Jones, Matt McLean, your top five. The 88 up 6 spots, but no one bigger than Adam Jones right now, plus 16 on the race. Go back to 7th spot, and there's a battle going on there between Stephen Page and Andrew Hill. Hill taking advantage. I'm sorry, Stephen Page actually the one going in front. Page holds on to that spot. So Page in the 7th spot, Andrew Hill in 8th. Behind them, it's the 58, Al Fusco. Bill Martin was able to peel off the wall and come back onto the track in about 10th spot. Andrew Lambert, Andy, he's sitting in the 11th spot, just outside of that top 10, and he has got a bunch of guys coming behind him. Take a look in on Brian Hoare. We saw him back into the fence. Hoare still trying to catch the pack, but may be a little slow, aerodynamically challenged out of the Dodge, and he has got his work cut out for him. Look at the damage on the rear end. Definitely going to affect top speed as that spoiler pushed right up in the middle. Sargent running away with this one so far. He's got a 7/10 of a second lead over AJ Hamill, your second place runner. Ryan Nolan sits in the 3rd spot with Adam Jones trying to close in. Jones in the Super Guide number 97, trying to get there. A little wiggle though, coming off the corner, and may have wore him up just a little bit. Behind him, Matt McLean in the 88. Field starting to spread out pretty decently at this time. Stephen Page in the 1 car running in that 6th spot. Then it's a battle going on behind him. Andrew Hill, Jerry Stone, AJ Fusco, Bill Martin, Charlie Widner, all there. Widner battling back from some early controversy in the beginning stages of this race. And now back up to the 11th spot. Started here 22nd here tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're watching kind of a little fun race here. These guys are a league and they're putting on a league event, but for us, it's a fun night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Just testing out the overlays, getting them set and ready to go. As KR Stolf is going to be taking over the last 4 races of this series. And I know he's looking forward to that as we go 3 wide at Kansas. Just for a moment as the 95 of Widner able to scooch on through. The 91 may have touched the wall just a little bit. He did. He is trying to hold on to it. Comes down. Oh, gets really loose and holds on to it. Jerry Stone able to hold on to it, but losing a bunch of positions. Battle for 10th spot right here. You've got Fusco, who has it. Lambert, who's challenging right now. Lambert going in for the kill. Lambert takes over the 10th spot. Ahead of him, it's going to be Widner. And just behind him, we just saw that pass on Fusco. Fusco trying to get down on the apron and try and cut down underneath. Will he be able to do it, or can Andy hold on? The momentum on the outside may prevail, may not, as Fusco works that inside. Busco gonna try and take that 10th spot over again. Can't do it. Lambert on the outside holds the momentum, holds on to that 10th spot. Back up front, it's Todd Sargent, who's starting to really run away now. He's got a 1.25 second lead over the 18 of AJ Hamill and the 87 of Ryan Nolan. Looks down to the inside, gonna look to take over second spot from Hamill. Ryan Nolan with a run into the corner. Hamill holds on to the momentum on the outside. Hamill holds on to position, but Ryan Nolan is definitely looking. We've got the 88 and the 1. 88 of Matt McLean, the 1 of Steve Page. They are battling for 5th spot. Page is sitting in that 6th spot, trying to get around the 88. On the inside, they go door to door, heading into the corner. Trying to hold on as Stephen Page does finally clear the 88. And he has 5th position. So a couple of quick position changes out there, but the big runner right now is going to be actually Adam Jones. Jones started in the 18th position, the 20th position here tonight. He's up 16 spots to 4th place. Next biggest mover going to be Widner. Widner up 15 spots into the 7th position. Al Smith Jr., a little while ago, we saw him get into the wall, and he fell all the way to the back of the field. He's worked his way back up into the top 15. He's running 14th position right now. And Brian Hoare still out there with that damage, and it is not doing him any favors, as here comes our race leader, Todd Sargent. Sargent going to try and put Hoare down a lap. The 42 has been holding it steady. And now he is going to attack. The 45 of Doug Hoare moves down to the inside and makes that pass happen. I'm sorry, I call him Doug. That's his dad's name. Brian Hoare just goes down a lap. That's what happens when you know people in real life. Start calling them by their father's name or somebody else's name that doesn't belong. Hamill was able to get back around Ryan Nolan. So Nolan back to 3rd. AJ Hamill holding on to that 2nd spot once again. Adam Jones now working the lap down vehicle of Brian Hoare. And Hoare stays down to the inside, keeping himself out of the way. Respectable thing to do. Todd Sargent now with a 2.2 second lead over AJ Hamill, as Hamill and Ryan Nolan did a little bit of racing. Sargent was able to get a good run out of that as they were broken up and the draft wasn't working for him. Steve Page rounding out the top 5 here in his number 1. Behind them, it's Charlie Widner. Laps are ticking off pretty quick here from Kansas. Just 55 laps to go as they cross the start-finish line. Or when they cross the start-finish line, I suppose. Ooh, big move out of the 58, and the 8 of Andy Lambert scoots down to the inside, makes that pass happen. Andy Lambert back up to a starting spot of 12th position. AJ tried to hold on and did, but boy, did he have a loose moment there. as the 58 almost looked like he was going to go around. Andy Lambert just pulled that wheel to the left and made the pass happen. Here comes the 13. That's Jonathan Casey. And Casey going to look to try and get around the 58 now. Casey stays down to the inside. May have cut that corner just a little too much, though. Loses some ground to the 58. AJ Fusco holds on to the position. Up front, Todd Sargent by almost 3 seconds now. AJ Hamel and Ryan Nolan still pretty close to bumper here out on track. That's second and third spot. Adam Jones, Steve Page, your fourth and fifth positions. Widner in his 95 Dodge doing a fine job sitting in that sixth spot with Matt McLean. And the Jack Daniels, number 88, running in seventh. How about Jamie Christensen in the 9 car? He's up 8 positions so far. That's the 07 of Andrew Hill and Al Smith Jr. both drive around him. Christensen now drops down 2 positions. And the 96 of Al Smith Jr. breaks back into the top 10. Smith just 1 position away from where he started here tonight after dropping all the way to the end of the field when he got into the wall. Smith having a fine run here in his number 96. Oh, the 07 gets into the wall. Al Smith has to figure out a way to try and get around. Hill was hard into the wall, and here comes Al Smith, going to try and take advantage now. The 96 to the inside. Andrew Hill holds station to the outside. Al Smith Jr. up to 8th spot. Bill Martin, your pole sitter here tonight, sitting in the 17th position. He's coming down pit road. Martin going to come down and try and get some tires. Andrew Hill also down pit road, so some service work getting done. Jerry Stone brings it down. Don Sargent, your race leader so far. He's led more laps than anybody else here tonight. And man, is he running quick. 0.2 of a second faster over AJ Hamel right now. And that's what helped him open up a 3.5 second lead. The RC Cole at number 42 having a fine showing here tonight. As is AJ Hamel. Hamel has actually done very well tonight. Sitting in that second spot. He did lose it for a little while to Ryan Nolan, but able to get it back and now starts to separate himself from Nolan. Nolan about 1.25 seconds behind AJ Hamel right now. As we still have a couple on pit road. Christensen, Holtzclaw. So we're going to have some guys out there with fresh tires, and presumably that's going to make them much quicker out there. We'll have to see what that does as far as maybe forcing the race leaders to come down pit road. With all that action happening, Widner up into the top 5, so he's plus 17 on the night. Biggest mover of the night so far. Behind him, it's Adam Jones. He's up 14. That's a pretty good looking fish you got there, Adam. Al Smith Jr. has moved himself up in the 7th spot now, so Smith really recovering well from the early on fiasco of dragging the right side across the wall. Long time on pit road for Christensen and Holtzclaw, as they're dealing with some damage. They've both been on pit road for over a minute and a half. Ryan Hoare also on pit road. We'll see if he gets some of his damage fixed up. He hits his pit box. And it looks like he is opting to fix the car up just a little bit, as he's been in his pit box now for 20 seconds. So, or trying to get out there to be a little bit faster than he was. He had already gone down a lap, so you might as well try and fix it up just a little bit. Up front, still going to be your race leader, Todd Sargent, in that RC Cola. Number 42, AJ Hamill, sits in that second spot with the Super Toffee 18. Stephen Page in the one car has moved himself up to third spot. Ryan Nolan slipping back. Ryan Nolan bringing it down pit road. So Nolan gives up third spot to bring it down pit road. Christensen and Holtzclaw both back out on track, but an extended amount of time on pit road. Over a minute and a half, and that's going to be, it's going to be good enough for a couple of laps down, possibly even 3. Adam Jones going to bring his Chevy down along with Al Smith Jr. Pit stops definitely happening now inside of the top 10. Todd Sargent continues out there just marching. Pretty easy to do when you have that fresh air, and Sargent's definitely been taking advantage of it here tonight. Sargent peels off. He's coming down pit road. Your race leader giving it up. Stephen Page also going to come down pit road along with Charlie Widner. That's your top 3. Matt McLean in the 88. We're going to have to wait and see what he decides to do. McLean brings it down. Brett Bartles brings it down. Oh, the 2-car, heavy damage. The left front nose piece is coming off from the 2-car. And while all that's happening, Andy Lambert picks up the race lead. Here comes the 13 of Jonathan Casey looking to the inside of Lambert. Casey being scored right now up 22 positions. He's looking to make it 23. He's to the inside. Lambert hits the gas pedal down to the 4 even harder. And he holds on. Down to the apron goes the 8-car. Oh, and what a nice line out of Casey, using that apron to help him turn. I think Andy Lambert was trying to do the same thing, but came off from it just a little bit. Now gets down onto the apron. Oh, Stephen Page. Oh, somebody got into him hard. Yellow flag is out. Let's go back and take a look. See what happened to the 1-car. as he's down onto the apron. Oh, just gets loose on the apron. And then, oh man, out into the middle of the track. And then, oh, the 9 comes in. The 9 of Jamie Christensen just plows into him. Oh boy. So under caution here for the second time tonight. Here for the Coffee Cup Nitro Series. And Andy Lambert just got very lucky. I believe he was going to come down pit road before that caution came out. And now he can. Top 3 drivers coming down pit road. That's going to hand the lead right back over to the RC Cola machine of Todd Sargent. Looks like Ryan Nolan will pick up second spot, AJ Hamill third. And there's a lot of cars that are out there that are going to have to take the wave around when we go to 1 lap to go before we go back to the green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick timeout here under the caution. We will be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We're back live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we've had a little bit of a barn burner going on here from Kansas Speedway for the Coffee Cup Racing League Nitro Series. We've got Todd Sargent going to reassume the race lead after the latest caution. Just 2 cautions here tonight. We're on lap 65. Ryan Nolan's going to pick up second after that caution. AJ Hamill third, so a little bit of a role reversal between those 2 drivers. Big mover off from that caution is going to be Andrew Hill up to 4th spot. Bill Martin does a fine job recovering as well. Martin got into the wall and was way back into the field, now running in the 5th spot. Charlie Whitten going to be 6th. Andy Lambert 7th. Jonathan Casey 8th. Al Smith Jr. 9th spot. And it looks like AJ Fusco, who was in the 10th spot, coming down pit road. So that may give it up to Brett Bartles. We'll have to wait and see how that shakes out. Jerry Stone, Matt McLean, Adam Jones, Mike Holtzclaw, Stephen Page, Brian Horn, Jamie Christensen, all down on laps. They're going to have to rejoin the tail end of the field. And I would like to thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Again, we're watching the Coffee Cup Racing League Nitro Series here from Kansas for this 100-lap event. 2 cautions so far here tonight. And pretty soon the pace car light should shut off. We'll get these cars sorted out. A lot of cars ahead of the race leader right now, but that's going to change as soon as the caution lights are out. They'll all step out around the pace car. The leaders will move up and start folding in 2 by 2. It looks like they are starting to fold in 2 by 2 as everybody else goes around the pace car. They're going to rejoin the tail end of the field. The 42 of Todd Sargent moves in behind the pace car to his outside. Ryan Nolan, AJ Hamill going to be starting inside row number 2, and the 07 of Andrew Hill going to be starting to the outside of that row 2. Inside row 3, it's going to be Bill Martin with Charlie Widner starting to his outside. Row 4, going to be Andy Lambert, AJ Fusco, Jonathan Casey inside on row 5 with Al Smith Jr. to his outside. Going to restart in 10th position. We get ready to go back to the green flag here in just a moment. And these guys have put on a pretty good show here tonight. Tonight was just a test for the overlays. Decided we'd go ahead and do a live performance. Why not? Look for KR Stolfus to be broadcasting the last 4 races of this league right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as the pace car drops down and we go back under the green flag. The 42 of Todd Sargent with a great restart. Ryan Nolan trying to hold on to that second spot, and he does. AJ Hamill slides up in front of Andrew Hill. Here comes the 95 of Widner. Widner with a good run to the inside. He has already gotten by Andrew Hill. Now Widner tries to get door to door with the 18. He does, heading into the corner. Widner with a great restart here. He may have a little bit of a run here to the inside. Can't quite get there on Ryan Nolan. And here comes the 18 back on the outside. So Widner gains a couple and loses 1. Not a bad deal. Widner still making that inside try to work, but the outside holds on to the momentum. The 95 slips back in the 4th spot. AJ Hamill back up in the 3rd. Bill Martin sits in that 5th spot. Remember, he was your pole sitter here tonight. Went back to the tail of the field when he hit the wall, and he has bought that 39 right back up to 5th spot. How about the 8 car right behind him? That's Andy Lambert. Andy up 6 spots since the beginning of this one. Started in 12th position, now sits in 6th, but here comes the 88. That's Matt McLean. McLean right now being scored a lap down, but he is fast out there. Watch out for that 88. AJ Fusco, he is on the lead lap, and he is working on Andy Lambert on the outside. The 58 now tries to take over the 6th spot and does. Lambert cannot hold on the inside. The momentum carries Fusco around. And here comes Al Smith Jr. in the Captain Morgan machine. That Ford is trying to get up into the top 5 once again. Al Smith Jr. currently riding in 8th spot. Behind him, oh, the 07 climbs into the wall. That's Andrew Hill. Hill able to save it. Action happening all over the field right now, trying to keep apprised of it all. The 42 of Todd Sargent, your race leader. He's got about a 2nd lead over the 87 of Ryan Nolan. But behind him, it's AJ Hamill, Charlie Widner. Widner to the inside, trying to get by Hamill one more time. And the 95 going to make it stick this time. A good run on the inside. Man, did that car stick. Widner has to move up in front of Hamill to make that pass complete, and he does. Charlie Widner into the top 3. Andy Lambert in the 8 car, holding on to 7th spot. Al Smith Jr. sneaking up to the top side. Smith going to be able to take that 96 up 1 spot, and he does, up to 7th spot. Here comes the 97. The 97, Adam Jones, being scored lap down. So right now, Smith is on the move. Right ahead of him, it's AJ Fusco in the 6th spot, and Smith has found the rear bumper very quickly. The 58 moves down to the inside of the track. The 96 stays to the outside, trying to hold on to that momentum. And it is going to work out just fine for Smith as he motors on by that 58. The Ford has plenty of horsepower underneath the hood here tonight. Ryan Nolan has separated himself a little bit from Charlie Widner, but the gap's even between 2nd and 3rd and 3rd and 4th. And here comes Bill Martin into the picture. 25 laps to go here from Kansas. This mile-and-a-half track has definitely been putting on a really good show here tonight. These cars have been able to pass really on the inside and the outside, depending on where they are in the run. It's been very entertaining. I want to thank everybody once again for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Live here on YouTube just about every single night. We've got something going on, usually more than just one. So Hamill slips back to 4th spot after starting 2nd spot. He does seem to have a bit of a long run car, so the question's going to be, does he have enough laps for that car to really come to him? And we're going to have to just wait and see. But behind him, the pole sitter, Bill Martin, sitting in that 5th spot. He is starting to close in as Andrew Hill takes a spin. We're going to have to go back and take a look. Caution flag number 3 on the night. Ooh, and this time it is going to be fatal for Hill. Let's go back and take a peek. Oh, Hill and the 13 get together. Hard impact to the outside wall just underneath the flag stand. Contact between Hill and Jonathan Casey and the 13. We'll go back one more time. There's the contact. And right at the start finish line, Andrew Hill plows nose into the wall. Heavy damage for the 07 machine. That was going to probably do it here for Hill tonight. We go back live. Oh yeah, now the hood's up. The right front tire not even turning. Suspension damage heavy on the 07 of Andrew Hill. So Hill brings it down pit road. His night is going to be done. And that's going to tighten everybody back up on the field one more time. Al Smith Jr. has been fighting to get back to the inside of the top 5 all night long. This time by, he's going to restart in the 6th position. No need to come down pit road. Only one set of tires for everybody tonight, and they took them just a little while ago. The 96 sits in that 6th position. How about Andy Lambert? Lambert sitting there in 7th spot. He's up 5 positions since the beginning of this one. And Lambert wouldn't mind a top 5 finish himself. He's going to be starting on the inside, right behind Bill Martin. Let's remember that Bill Martin was also our pole sitter here tonight, so not a bad guy to start behind. Up front, though, it is going to be Todd Sargent as your race leader when we get back under the green flag. And Sargent has definitely led the most laps here tonight in that RC Cola number 42 Chevy Impala. The Nescafe number 87 of Ryan Nolan sits behind him. And Nolan is up 3 spots since the beginning of this one. He started in 5th position. How about Charlie Widner? Up 19 spots since the beginning of this one, and that Dodge has been an absolute machine here tonight. 20 laps to go here under caution. This is caution number 3. And Widner has a little bit of a blinking concern there. AJ Hamel, he started in 2nd spot tonight, going to be restarting on the top side of row number 2 in 4th position. And Bill Martin, your pole sitter for the night, again, going to be restarting on the inside of row number 3, Al Smith Jr. Outside row number 3 in the 6th spot. Andy Lambert, AJ Fusco, going to be starting 7th and 8th. Jonathan Casey, we just saw him and Andrew Hill maybe have a little contact there. That's going to send Hill home. McIntyre going to be starting in the 10th position, it looks like. Jimmy McIntyre Jr. Bruce Potter in the number 59. Good to see another Ford out there. Brett Bartles in the 2 car. And Matt McLean. McLean is the first car, 1 lap down. So he would be in position to receive that lucky dog should we have another caution. Well, 19 laps to go. No need for fuel, no need for tires. And Todd Sargent has led a good portion of this race. Ryan Nolan, Charlie Widner right behind him. Widner again up 19 positions since the beginning of this race. The biggest mover of the race here so far. As cars line up 2 by 2, getting ready to go back under the green flag. As the Ford Mustang shuts its lights off. Less than a mile and a half now before we go back under the green flag. Trials and tribulations abound here, but it looks like the overlay is going to be good to go for KR Stolfus, who's going to take over the last 4 races of this league. With only 5 races remaining after tonight, that means next week we won't see him, but the following 4 we will. KR Stolfus on the helm. Pace car drops down for possibly the final time here tonight. No wasting any time for Todd Sargent. He hits the loud pedal and we're under the green flag. There's a battle brewing for 2nd spot. Charlie Widner holding on to that inside lane, as is Bill Martin right behind him. Widner in the 95 trying to take over 2nd from Ryan Nolan. Can't quite do it, but behind him, it's the 39 of Martin. Martin now works the inside of the 18. AJ Hamel under attack. Hamel running in the 4th spot to the outside. Oh, we got another caution as we got 2 going around. Bruce Potter is where it started. Let's go back and take a peek. Bruce Potter, the number 59 to the outside. Looks like he just gets a little bit loose. Oh, the 97 comes in. Adam Jones comes in and finishes the job. Around they go. Let's take a look at it one more time from the 97's vantage point. Just into the 59 and around both cars go. So a wild ride here in the winning laps of this one. And again, no reason to come down pit road as you already have enough fuel to make it. And you were only allowed one set of tires. Everybody got those already. Jerry Stone gonna get the lucky dog. $15 laps to go here under caution. This is caution number 4 on the night. This 100 lap event from the Coffee Cup Racing League Nitro Series for the first time ever here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, just a fun night, kind of getting ready to finish out their season. The last 4 races will be here with KR Stolfus. Not next week, but the week after, I believe. Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Top 5 have not moved. It's Sargent, Nolan, Widner, Hamill, and Martin. Just outside that top 5, it's going to be Al Smith, Andy Lambert, AJ Fusco, Jimmy McIntyre Jr., Brett Bartles, rounding out the top 10. Jonathan Casey, Matt McLean, Jerry Stone, Bruce Potter are all the rest of the lead lap cars. Top 14 drivers on the lead lap. 15th on back, at least 1 lap down. Pace car lights should be shutting off this time by. And when they do, we have a mile and a half before we go back under the green flag. It'll be 12 laps to go, I believe. Well, pace car lights stay on. So we're going to make it 11 laps to go when we retake the green. Been a good night of racing here, and the track temperature really couldn't get any better. 75 degrees is the track temperature. 73 degrees the air temperature, so the drivers are comfortable. A lot of these drivers coming from the Northeast. Vermont, New York especially. And I can tell you for sure, it's not that comfortable here in Vermont. And it's going to get worse. So this time by, the pace car lights should shut off. Again, we're watching the Coffee Cup Racing League Nitro Series here tonight. Mile and a half before we go back under the green flag. And we're working lap 89. Right behind your race leader, Todd Sargent. Ryan Nolan going to be on his outside as they start forming in 2 by 2. Watch out for that third place starter. He's going to be Charlie Widner in the 95, and he has been pulling out a lot of stops here tonight. He's up 19 spots since the beginning of this one. Widner looking to have a good finish to this one. Of course, right now he's blinked out. Charlie Widner disappears. There he is. Didn't want to see that right late in this one. Getting ready to go back into the green flag as the pace car drops down onto pit road. Todd Sargent hits that loud pedal. Green flag is out. It's going to be 11 laps to go. The battle right now for second spot. Charlie Widner to the inside of the 87. Ryan Nolan. Widner trying to hold on for second. Widner gonna make that pass happen. Oh, so tight. He actually came across the nose. We're gonna go under. No, we're still under the green, but man, oh man, hate to see that for Widner. And that is gonna open up a bit of a gap between him, Todd Sargent, and Ryan Nolan. Behind him, it's Bill Martin. Martin has worked his way back up the third spot. Then it's AJ Hamill and Andy Lambert in your top 5. Here comes the 2 of Brett Bartels. Bartels down to the inside. Andy Lambert on the outside, able to hold on to position. The momentum on that outside lane has been getting it done for most of the night here. AJ Hamill has fallen outside of the top 3. He's running in the 4th position. The 88 of Matt McLean, he's trying to make moves. He's to the inside of Al Smith Jr. in the 96, and McLean can't get it done. Again, that outside just proving to be a little bit more dominant later in this race. So a big mistake out of Widner, who was absolutely charging, cuts the front end off of the 87 and pays the price as he goes around off in the front bumper of Ryan Nolan. Nolan sitting in second spot and already about a second and a half up to Todd Sargent. Sargent has been absolutely working that wheel here tonight, doing a fantastic job. Ryan Nolan, Bill Martin in third spot. Behind Martin, it is the 18 of AJ Hamill. Hamill would like to get back into the top 3. Tonight started in the second spot. Right now running in 4th. Here comes Andy Lambert, though. He's got a sniff of the draft. Lambert going to close in. Todd Sargent, Ryan Nolan, your top 2, and AJ Hamill tries to get around Billy Martin. He does it. Hamill back up into the top 3. Here comes the 8 of Andy Lambert. Lambert working the inside. He holds the gas down. Behind them, it's going to be Al Smith to the inside. Smith trying to get around the 2 of Brad Bartels. Smith holding that inside line, but Bartels on the outside, going to have the momentum to hold that position. Just ahead of him, Andy Lambert still works the inside of Bill Martin, and now Andy knows that he's not going to be able to do it, but he stays down on that bottom lane and he pushes the 8 car for everything the tires are worth. Not going to do it. Andy Lambert slides back behind the back bumper of Martin. Your top three, Todd Sargent, your race leader, 2 seconds behind him. It's going to be Ryan Nolan in the 87. AJ Hamill has about a second gap between himself and Ryan Nolan. The top three, very, very spread out. Bill Martin, he's got Andy Lambert right behind him still, and Andy tries to get to that back bumper. It is a mess back here. 5 cars shooting it out. Al Smith Jr. trying to get to the inside once again. Brett Bartles can't do it, and that's going to allow the 88 of Matt McLean to work the outside. McLean goes around Smith and then dives down to the inside onto the apron, gets into the grass a little bit. And Andy Lambert still working that inside lane. But it is not helping him at all, as now the 2 of Brett Bartles makes his way around. The 88 not going to be able to get there before the 8 shuts the door. Popsicle sticks in the air for your race leader, Todd Sargent. 2 laps to go. It's Sargent, Nolan, Hamill, your top 3. And then after that, oh my Lord, look at the cars battling it out for 4th spot. The 8 to the inside of Brett Bartles in the 2. Andy Lambert not giving up that inside lane. He wants to make it work. White flag in the air for Todd Sargent. This one's going to be close in that 4th, 5th, 6th spot. As Todd Sargent less than a mile and a half now before he claims a victory here tonight. Going through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag starts to wave. Your race winner tonight, Todd Sargent. A little ways behind him, Ryan Nolan and AJ Hamill pick up 2nd and 3rd. Then it's Bill Martin, Andy Lambert into the top 5. Al Smith, 6th spot. Matt McLean, 7th. Brett Bartles, 8th. And that whole thing kind of worked itself out. Jimmy McIntyre Jr. going to finish in 9th spot. AJ Fusco going to round out the top 10. But your winner tonight, the 42 of Todd Sargent. He had a great night here as the fireworks start going off. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away for just a moment. We're going to set up post-race interviews. And then I'm told these guys do something a little special at the end of every race. So we'll definitely be watching that. We will be right back. And we're back live with some post-race interviews, and finishing in third spot tonight, it's going to be the number 18 of AJ Hamill. AJ, Chris up in the booth, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, not fair because we got a chance to talk to you a little bit earlier, but here you are with a third place finish, just one spot back from where you started. It was a good race up front.
It was at times. Yeah, not bad for Kansas. I think Todd kind of stunk it up a little bit, but Todd's really good, so that's not surprising.
Well, because we did talk a little bit earlier, we're going to get right to the meat and potatoes. Who do you got to thank on that number 18?
Well, my first question is, you got your cameras rolling? You watching our fun little...
No, you guys we're supposed to be doing interviews.
Well, sure, but get it on my car. You'll see it.
All right, let's do it. Oh, my goodness. The 18 has looked better.
For the folks watching, this is not because guys are mad. This is our post-race fun.
It is fun. I've been in this before.
Every week we got an award we'll give out to the winner, which will be the one who has the most interesting picture that I could take later. So to get things moving along, answer your question, we'll go hit our sponsors, I guess. Had a decent top 5 car and avoided the wall and avoided everybody else who was in the wall, and I'll take top 3. It's my first podium in this league, so pretty excited about that. Good job, Todd and Ryan. Thanks to Super Coffee, Arts Barbershop, Ally, and you. How about you offering to do this for us? I hope we were able to help you out with some guys, putting some info out there.
Yeah, it helped get this overlay ready to go. Really, I made it just so KR could have it. But yeah, a good job out of the 18, AJ, and thanks for having me out here tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, buddy. AJ Hamill, driver of the number 18, come home in third spot tonight. In second spot, well, that's going to be none other than the 87 of Ryan Nolan. Nolan out there. And again, his cars look better, but he's having fun out there. Ryan, Chris up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, buddy, it's been a long time since I've talked to you. How have things been?
It has been a while. Things are good. Since I think we last talked to you guys, we bought a house, fourplex, and been busy on that. But yeah, it's been good.
That's awesome, bud. And congratulations here tonight on a second place finish. Boy, at times it didn't look like that 87 wanted to go, especially at the beginning of the race. What was going on there?
It's mainly because I was learning as I was going. I struggle here, and yeah, I just couldn't run the top side like the 42. He had that top side covered, and that's really what you had to do to be fast. But I couldn't figure it out, and I was just too afraid to knock the fenders off it. So had to be a little bit conservative, I guess.
Well, it worked out for you, Ryan, with a second place finish here tonight. But who do you got on that thing that you got to thank?
I gotta see it. Oh, my hood's popping. It looks like Nescafe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta thank them, providing some good instant coffee. Both me and my wife are instant coffee drinkers, just because it's convenient. But yeah, gotta thank you guys for broadcasting. I think this is the first race you guys have done with this series, but. Yep. I'm sure it's good, and looking forward to seeing it after the race.
Well, go to about lap 17 because that's when it starts getting good, when I remember to turn the audio on. Well, congratulations once again, Ryan, on that second place finish, and it sounds like life is treating you well, bud, and that's good to hear. You take care of yourself.
Thanks, you guys too. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Ryan. That's Ryan Nolan, driver of the 87, getting it done in second place tonight, and that just means he falls one place short of the 42, Todd Sargent. Chris up in the booth, you got a copy?
I got you.
Well, bud, you didn't start in first spot, but it didn't take you all that long to get there, and then once you did, man, did you open up a can.
Yeah, Kansas is my favorite track. Ran a lot of laps this week. I figured the top groove was going to be fast and practice, and that was the preferred groove apparently. So
yeah, the outside definitely was able to carry that momentum. I mean, the inside worked once in a while, but there was nothing you had to see because you were way out in front. The 42 was running really, really well for you. Who do you got to thank on that thing?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you first of all for putting us on TV tonight, and AJ for putting this league on. everybody I've raced hard to get my first win of the year. This is my first win, so sorry to anybody I've made contact with. But thank y'all for watching. Y'all tune in next week.
All right, buddy. Todd Sargent, the race winner here tonight, as we are just about done. These guys destroying those cars. Your race leader out there still. Andy Lambert still able to get around here. He is not the winner, though. You're going to take that off. Andy, you're not going to get away from me that easily, as these guys continue to beat and bang after the race. It's a lot of fun, and it's just something that they do. We're going to continue to watch here as they keep rolling. Oh, it looks like live Andy Lambert is dead. We got a couple of drivers out there. The 42, your race winner. Both front tires are doing weird things. Al Smith Jr. seems to be doing okay. Very, very cool stuff indeed. Let's see who else we got. Andy, he's blown up. Oh, we got Jamie McIntyre Jr. out there. McIntyre still able to move, and it looks like he's moving pretty well. McIntyre might actually be the winner of this one as the 42. I think he's having a hard time moving. Those front tires just not getting it done for him right now in the grass. And I'm going to go ahead and call it. McIntyre Jr. going to be the Demolition Derby winner here tonight as the 81, the only one that can still move. I want to thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been a blast, and I can't wait to do this again. Not next week. I believe it's the week after. The last 4 races coming to you live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. KR Stolfus going to be on the call, and I believe I'm going to be up in the booth with him. Heaven help us all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have yourselves a great, great evening.